What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And I think this is the final movie inside the DCEU. Such a weird state we're in right now with DC. I'm gonna tell you guys what I liked, what I didn't like, and at the very end we're talking a little bit about spoilers and a couple problems I had with the movie. Let me know your thoughts on Shazam! Fury of the Gods down below in the comments section. Come back in a couple days because we'll have a DCEU final ranking of all the movies because the DCU starts with The Flash. I'm excited for that. But right now, let's get into Shazam. I'll start off with some positives. This movie is at its best when it has the family dynamic in the forefront. When this family's trying to work together and be together and it hits on those moments, it can get you choked up a little bit. I got a little bit emotional throughout this movie. And when it hits hard on that, I think it's very relatable. Also, this movie's fun. If you go see this with your family and your friends, you will have a fun time. You have a smile on your face and you might even laugh quite a bit. I think the Shazam movies really try to be lighthearted and fun throughout the entirety of them. And that's exactly what this movie is. It does not take itself seriously at all. Even in moments you want it to, it just has fun, is constantly trying to crack jokes and make you smile and take you away from the outside world, bring you in, sit you down, and have a good fun time with the movies. And I think it does a good job at that. Zachary Levi's great, as he always is, as Shazam, and if this is the last time we saw Shazam, I think it was a worthy entry. Also, Rachel Zegler's in this movie. I wish she was in it more, but when she is in it and she is on screen, she's a great character, probably my favorite character of the entire movie. I thought she was great. And the cast in general, again, when they're all working together, they just have really good chemistry. They really do seem like a family and like really good friends. Billy's trying to be the leader, keeping everyone together. Everyone's trying to go off and do their own things and live their life outside of being just a Shazam superhero. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This movie works best when it has the family dynamic in the forefront. Moving on to some problems I had with this movie. I did not think it was funny. If anything, it got me a little smile in there. But other than that, I was not laughing like a lot of people in my theater were. And I mentioned this earlier, but I really wanted this movie to take itself seriously just at one point in the film. And it never did, unfortunately. They're in the middle of a battle and they have to just crack a joke out of nowhere. It seemed very off-putting, and sometimes I was like, there's no need for a joke there. It really just took me out of the movie when they're in the middle of a fight and he's fighting a dragon and he has some snarky, witty line he says to his friend. It's just, why was that there? Things like that throughout this movie are little nitpicks that honestly bothered me. The one major problem I have with this movie, and I had it with the first Shazam as well, it seems like there's two different scripts going on when Billy Batson is a kid and when he is as a superhero in Shazam. And when he's actually a superhero in Shazam, he sounds completely different than he does as a kid. And that's not how the delivery is. It seems like they have two completely different scripts. I thought at first it might be the delivery, but I think it came down to the script. It seemed like two different things going on. Also, this movie gets crazy outlandish. Obviously, the first Shazam had demons eating people's heads off, but in this movie, I mean, it gets wild. And my final little complaint, I guess nitpick, is that this movie felt like it had no idea when it wanted to end. I was like, okay, it's gonna end right here. Nope, gonna keep going. Oh, climax again? Nope, gonna keep going. It felt like it kept prolonging the ending, and for being only around 2 hours, I thought it was pushing 2.5 hours. I was sitting there, I was like, man, when are they gonna wrap this up? These are all little nitpicks I had throughout the movie, but let's hop into this a little bit of spoiler fashion for this movie. The end of the film, the character of Billy Batson dies, right? Shazam sacrificed himself for the greater good and he dies, and it's an emotional moment, and they go up to like where these Greek goddesses are from. They go there and they have a little funeral for Billy, but then Wonder Woman shows up and then she saves Billy. And it's about within a 3-minute thing. Why'd you kill Shazam? That's the one big thing I left when I left the theater. Why did you kill Shazam? Just to bring him alive yet again. And then he comes alive. Then he's throwing jokes and trying to get at Wonder Woman. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. And when that happened, I was kind of like, what are we doing with this freaking movie? I sound like I'm completely hating on it. I want to talk about spoilers just with that sense alone right there. Because when Wonder Woman shows up, they put her into marketing. First off, why did Wonder Woman show up? She literally showed up. She's like, not all gods are dead. And it goes, and you're like, okay, but like, where were you when we were fighting the dinosaurs? Like, the whole time, like, you couldn't have come and help us? You just showed up at the end, and then you left? I don't know. It just didn't really sit well with me. I sound like I'm completely hating on this movie. I had some fun. This is definitely not a movie I'm going to go back and rewatch, and I'm thinking this movie's just how I thought about the first Shazam. A 3 out of 5. Nothing more, nothing less. It just has some fun, and y'all are going to say, yeah, just hating on a movie, you don't like fun. That's fine. Most of the time I do like fun, but this movie just went a little too outlandish and got a little too silly for me. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5. Wanted more from it. Don't hate it by any means, but definitely did not love it. Let me know what you guys thought of Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and a DCEU ranking coming later this weekend. Looking forward to all of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.